right turn at 65th and Cicero. The driver ran off after the incident. Bail denied for an Illinois man accused of stabbing his mother to death with a sword. Police Chief Frank Kaminsky talked about how Judith Krysteniak was killed.
Judith died as a result of multiple stab wounds to her chest. We believe that the death occurred sometime on Sunday evening.
David Krysteniak of Park Ridge is charged with the murder of his mother. Son has a history of mental issues. Cook County judge is refusing to reconsider his decision to appoint a special prosecutor in the case against Jesse Smollett. The actor's attorney is Tina Glandian.
It's become abundantly clear that nobody wants to actually deal with the merits of this case, and nobody really wants the truth here. The
judge also denied a request for a different judge and a motion for a new set of Smollett lawyers to intervene in that case. Lollapalooza kicks off today in Chicago. Thousands gathering at Grant Park for the annual music festival that runs through Sunday. Danny Farquhar is returning to the White Sox after he nearly died last season. 32-year-old former reliever rejoins the club as a minor league pitching instructor. You may recall Farquhar collapsed in the White Sox dugout April 20th of 2018, suffering a brain hemorrhage during the sixth inning of a game against the Astros. After a full recovery, he hit the Yankees minors system before he retired. Cubs shut out the Cardinals 2-0. Mets over the White Sox 4-2. The news a service of the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America, inviting you to take steps for cures at a walk event near you. Get started at cctakesteps.org. 7:04, a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Sean Hannity explains how to deal with evil.
I don't know what it is about the liberal mind that believes in appeasement somehow. We never learn the lessons of history. And money and bribery and appeasement and ass-kissing doesn't work. The only thing that evil will respond to is certain military force against them.
The Sean Hannity Show. Afternoons at 2, right before Joe Walsh at 5. On AM 560, The Answer.
Driving is freedom. The freedom to keep moving, to control your destiny, and to choose your path. And now, that freedom fits in the palm of your hand. It's called Ford Pass, the only app that gives you roadside assistance, Ford Pass rewards, and now when you buy or lease a new Ford, earn points you can use toward flexible complimentary maintenance that gives you, well, more freedom. Ford Pass, built to keep you moving, built Ford proud. Visit your participating Ford dealership to find out about getting flexible complimentary maintenance when you buy or lease a new Ford and sign up for rewards.
Roadside assistance is included for certain Ford owners and available to everyone for a per-service fee. Ford reserves the right to change program details without obligations. Visit your participating dealer or FordPassRewards.com for program rules and restrictions. Ford Pass, compatible with select smartphone platforms, is available via a download.
Do you want to learn how to make money with income properties without becoming a landlord right here in Chicago? If so, we have an amazing opportunity for you. We're looking for a small group of motivated individuals to join our real estate investing team. You'll learn our simple 5-step system for finding multifamily properties right here in the local area. We here at RE Mentor are the leading providers of apartment investing training in the country, and our team is looking for a handful of people in the Chicago area who want to learn how to make money with multifamily properties in your spare time using other people's money. Chicago is the perfect market for our system, and we'll be holding a free 2-hour educational workshop where you'll learn how to make money and build long-term wealth with multifamily income properties. To get 2 free tickets to the RE Mentor Workshop, call 800-470-2064. Seating is extremely limited. Call right now because this free ticket offer expires this Friday. That's 800-470-2064. That's 800-470-2064.
It's easier to change the world than you think. Sponsor a child in extreme poverty with Compassion International, and you will change the world for that child. Just text the word CHILD to 83393 to sponsor right now.
7:07 AM 560 traffic center time. Here's Jim Talamonte.
In Lamont, Archer is closed from 131st up to 127th due to a major head-on collision. With a big jam on the Reagan Tollway eastbound It's jammed 83 to Roosevelt. Collision in the right lane. Northbound Tri-State delays are from 111th to 87th, from the Stevenson to the Hinsdale Oasis, and from the Reagan Tollway to the Bensonville Bridge. Spot Adams Tollway, it's tied Beverly to Barrington. Northbound Veterans Memorial, Butterfield to Roosevelt. Eden's 20 minutes Lake Hook to Montrose. Kennedy, 35 minutes O'Hare to downtown. A little quicker on the express. Eisenhower, 46 minutes, 390 to downtown. Stevenson, an hour, 355 to the drive. Ryan, 25 minutes from 95th. I-57, Bishop Ford with 5-minute delays. That's traffic. I'm Jim Calamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center and our meteorologist, Steve Williams.
Mostly sunny, beauty of a day today, high near 81. It'll be clear tonight, low 62. For tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, sunny skies, the high tomorrow 82, Saturday's high 85, and the high Sunday at 84. I'm Steve Williams on AM 560, The Answer.
60 degrees at O'Hare. Next news at 7:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Real Estate Revealed with Randy Barcella, Sunday mornings starting at 8.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. After 2 days and 5 hours of prattling on by 20 socialists, maybe with the exception of John Delaney, maybe. Barely. Maybe it's time to just sort of take stock of the top lines. One of the top lines is the profit motive is bad. This comes across in the most pronounced fashion when they're talking about health insurance policy and how fast the government should eliminate private health insurance, which is really the basic discussion, the organizing principle of the discussion. The profit motive is bad. Health insurance companies are in business to make a profit. That's bad. That's why there is no option, says Bolshevik Bernie. That was the discussion yesterday as well. That's why Biden's plan, the hybrid plan to have a public option but let you keep your private insurance, that is why it's illegitimate, because health insurance companies are in business to make money. That is evil. And, of course, there's no framing question by any of the moderators. I mean, what do you expect from those three, even Jake Tapper? But it would be nice to pull back a little bit and estimate, wait a second. The free enterprise system that's driven by the profit motive, is that sort of what has provided America to be the most innovative and wealthy nation the world has ever seen? Is that sort of foundational to the interest that most people around the world have in coming to America, in addition to its objective status when it comes to innovation and wealth? And if so, why would the health insurance industry be exempt from that? If that's what drives innovation and wealth creation, then why would you want to exempt any sector from it? But we don't get that question. And it's on this occasion, ironically, the two nights bookend Milton Friedman's birthday. Milton Friedman would have been 107 yesterday. Milton Friedman, the most important economist of the last 100 years, in my estimation.
And what do you think he would have thought of?
With Hayek as a close second. This is also the 74th year of the publishing of The Road to Serfdom, which, by the way, if you weren't paying attention, that is the road that all of the Democrat Socialist candidates want us to take, the road to serfdom. And so it's maybe just a good reminder. Back in the day when we actually had even left-wing talk show hosts like Phil Donahue try to have serious texture conversations with public intellectuals like Milton Friedman. That we used to do that in this country. Not anymore. I know we don't do that anymore. We used to do it, though. And Milton Friedman made many appearances on Phil Donahue's show. And this was perhaps the most memorable back and forth between the two. It's just a couple of minutes. But man, it's 40 years old, but it couldn't be more timely today.
When you see around the globe the maldistribution of wealth, the desperate plight of millions of people in underdeveloped countries, when you see so few haves and so many have-nots, when you see the greed and the concentration of power within, did you ever have a moment of doubt about capitalism and whether greed's a good idea to run on?
Well, first of all, tell me, is there some society you know that doesn't run on greed? You think Russia doesn't run on greed? You think China doesn't run on greed? What is greed? Of course, none of us are greedy. It's only the other fellow who's greedy. The world runs on individuals pursuing their separate interests. The great achievements of civilization have not come from government bureaus. Einstein didn't construct his theory under order from a bureaucrat. Henry Ford didn't revolutionize the automobile industry that way. In the only cases in which the masses have escaped from the kind of grinding poverty you're talking about, the only cases in recorded history are where they have had capitalism and largely free trade. If you want to know where the masses are worst off, it's exactly in the kinds of societies that depart from that. So that the record of history is absolutely crystal clear, that there is no alternative way so far discovered of improving the lot of the ordinary people that can hold a candle to the productive activities that are unleashed by a free enterprise system.
But it seems to reward not virtue as much as ability to manipulate the system.
And what does reward virtue? You think a communist commissar rewards virtue? You think a Hitler rewards virtue? You think, excuse me, if you'll pardon me, do you think American presidents reward virtue? Do they choose their appointees on the basis of the virtue of the people appointed or on the basis of their political clout? Is it really true that political self-interest is nobler somehow than economic self-interest? You know, I think you're taking a lot of things for granted. And just tell me where in the world you find these angels who are going to organize society for us. Well, I don't even trust you to do that.
So tell me that those 20 candidates you saw on stage, and President Trump for that matter, tell me that they're not motivated by what they would call others, what they would say in others is greed. To Friedman's point, political self-interest is more noble, more virtuous than economic self-interest? Is it? You trust them to organize your lives for you, those angels you saw on stage on Wednesday and Thursday night. And what is the record of history, as Friedman points out? The other thing I love about Friedman, because he was intellectually curious, as all great intellects are, no system has been devised yet that can hold a candle to capitalism. He's open-minded on the topic. Make the case. Present the system. Offer a case study. What do you got? The last 2 days, we've had a bunch of socialists led by Elizabeth Warren running around suggesting, and obviously Comrade Bernie's been doing it for generations now, running around suggesting that National Socialism is a new idea. I wish we could pull back and talk about sort of the fundamental issue that's at stake in 2020, as opposed to, whether Andrew Yang wore a tie and how ravishing Tulsi Gabbard looked in her white pantsuit. For more on the topic, we're pleased to be joined by Jay Nordlinger, senior editor for National Review and music critic for The New Criterion. Jay, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you. You're singing my song. I appreciate it.
Well, I try to
in
do
the key of G.
instant
always,
requests. Yeah. I'll just sort of give you a blank canvas. Your sort of big takeaways from the last two nights.
Well, at first, I just want to say, Dan, if it's all right, I don't think there's enough respect and appreciation for free enterprise and a free economy in the country at large, really. A lot of people, I'm guilty of this too, we really don't know what benefits us. and we'll miss it when it's gone, if it is gone. I hope that never comes to pass. But it's odd that something so obviously good for people needs constant defense, right? You always have to defend it. You reminded me of Carly Fiorina on healthcare in the 2016 primaries. She stressed the free market. Now, I was amazed. It made my ears tingle because no one really talks about that. Even if they believe in it, they think that it won't sell politically. And it didn't sell for her. That's true. But I thought she was bold and right. And big government, paternalistic government, I think is all too popular with voters at large. You recall what Mitch McConnell reportedly said to President Trump in a conversation about a month ago, and it rings absolutely true. No politician ever lost votes by spending money.
Right.
I think that's a sad commentary. Even during the glorious Reagan years, the best we could do was slow the rate of increase of government spending. So I'm glad you're on the case. And those Democrats on the stage, couple of quick points. It's very hard to imagine anyone as president until he or she becomes president. And it's hard to imagine any of those guys or gals as president. The exception, I suppose, would be Biden, because he's been at the top levels for so long. I think the great question about him is not his alleged moderation, and that would be just relative. I don't think it's a matter of views, really, when it comes to Biden. This may be impolite to say, but I think it's a question of age. And I just wonder whether Biden has it and whether he can withstand the rigors of a campaign and of a presidency. As I say, I don't mean to be rude. I wish him nothing but the best. But he seems to me like a man who should be in retirement and enjoying his grandchildren with his career behind him. And he's been wheeled himself back out, if you will. I don't mean wheeled literally, in what the